you so much for watching the next segment of Self-Made Successful Women, and I am Selua. Self-Made Successful Women is a platform where inspirational women get to share a little bit about their personal life, the challenge they have faced, and most importantly, what success means to them. We all do what we can do to look our very best, but it's not always so easy to keep up with the finer things in life, especially when we get tangled up with other things like going to work, maybe children, and so on. That's what makes today's guest so inspiring. She's a hardworking mother who did all she could to provide for her family and still follow her dream of owning her own hair salon. Joining me today is Pauline Wozney. Hi, Pauline.
Hello, hi, how are you? I'm so excited to be here.
Me too. So thank you so much for being part of Self-Made Successful Women.
Thank you for having me.
So I'd like to know, and as the viewer, we would like to know a little bit more about who you are.
I was born and raised in New Jersey. I'm married 24 years to my soulmate. I have 6 beautiful children, 4 furry rescue babies. I also attended college for a year, but dropped out to pursue my dream. I am also the proud owner of Rock Your Hair Studios and have been a hair designer for about 35 years.
Awesome. So do you want to share more about your business?
Sure. The brand I created was more for making people look and feel beautiful. I love to make people look and feel beautiful. I also realized getting older, it was more difficult to be more trendy and age appropriate. So I had created a brand to specialize in making people look very unique in their style and making them feel really, really good about themselves and kind of retuning their style, I call it. My business and my gift has also let me do local fundraisers and raise money for families in need. And I love to educate young women as to what we need in this industry. So when they graduate, they know what to expect. Also the board itself, to educate them in the school, to teach these young girls what we also need as far as businesses and what they need to succeed. And I wish that I had this, you know, growing up, and I'm so happy to be able to do this for them. The line that I have in my salon, like the shampoos and stuff, I call them a prescription line, which is specially geared to my clients. I'm not a store, but what I have there is specifically for my clients, kind of like we're like a hair doctor, because when you get older, we have more specific needs for our hair. So I like to address all of that.
What is your definition of success?
I think it's all your hard work and dedication to your happiness. I believe that's what makes you successful.
Okay. Do you have daily routines or rituals?
I do. I have to connect in the morning to my mind, body, and spirit before I get started. Of course, I call it my power hour. I put aside for myself every day. I start with a cup of coffee, and I have like a short meditation. Then I read a couple pages in the Bible to connect to the divine. Then I exercise. I do my exercise routine, and then I'm ready to plan my day.
So now I want to ask you my most important question. What was your biggest challenge, and how did you overcome it?
My biggest challenge, or one of my biggest challenges in life, I would say when I was about 23, 24, and I had to make a decision to leave my ex-husband. That decision came because he was having an affair with my brother's fiance.
Wow.
So I had 2 small children at the time, 2.5, 3.5, and I had no money. I wasn't working. I was a stay-at-home mom, which is what I wanted to be. I had no job and no place to go, but I knew I couldn't stay. The relationship was very toxic, It was, mentally and physically abusive, and I knew that I had to go. My parents, I come from, again, a very loving Italian family, which their beliefs were to stay with your spouse. But I knew I couldn't. I knew it wouldn't be good for my children or for myself and for their future. So I prayed and I said, please tell me what I need to do. And I woke up one morning and something said to me, pack your trunk with what you can and you have to go. So with that, I did. I packed my trunk with just clothes, mine and my children's. I took the pictures off the wall and I left. I came here to my mom's house and I stayed here. But I knew I couldn't. This was kind of like my middle. What was I doing? So my morning, I woke up again. I had the same rituals then too. I woke up, I made myself a cup of coffee, and I said, please God, give me direction and let me know what I should do. And he said to me, or in my head, get the phone book, which people probably don't even know what the phone book is anymore.
Nowadays, yellow pages.
So I said, what do I need a phone book for? So I said, okay, so I took the phone book, I sat down with my coffee, and I started going through it. I went right to the hair beauty salons, and I said, oh, okay, this is what I need to do. So I said, plan. I have to go to a place where it's convenient for me. My children were 3.5 and 2.5 at the time. I needed to be able to take them to school, get to work, and I had no car. I had to sell my car for money for the divorce. So I had no car. And I said, how am I going to do this? So I got all dressed up. Like I tell young girls and everyone, get dressed up where you're going, not where you are. Mm-hmm. So I got all dressed up and I went to this one hair salon in Glen Rock. And I told this wonderful woman my story, and she said, well, gee, I said, I'm going through a divorce. I have no following. I have no money, but I will make a promise to you that I will build a following and we will both be successful. And I left, and she thanked me, and I came home that night, and I got a phone call from her. And she said to me, I was thinking about your story, and I'd like to give you a chance. And I knew at that point I would be okay.
Mm-hmm. So what would you tell these younger women what piece of advice would you give them if they're trying to follow your footsteps?
I believe when I was younger to believe that the hardest times that we go through teach us the most. Mm-hmm. Our pain is real. We have to go through the pain and let it go, cry it out, and know that time will pass. My biggest is forgiving. You have to forgive those who hurt you to free yourself, to let things go, because hurting people hurt people. And also, never hold a grudge. Don't put a wall up or seek revenge, because if you do, what you just went through hasn't taught you anything.
Yeah, and you will probably attract the same thing over again. So
exactly.
Do you have a quote or mantra that you live by?
I do. It's very simple that I love, and I've always lived by this. It's a wish minus a plan equals a dream. When you're young, you dream about so many things in your life, and you wish for things to happen. But unless you have that plan in place and know what direction you're going in, it only remains a dream. So plan what you would like to do with your life. And if it changes, fine. Sometimes you can have a short plan. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be a long plan. It can be, I believe in life we go through seasons, and each season is different, like winter, spring, summer, fall. So, what you go through in your journey in life is very important, and you do learn a lot. Mm-hmm. So just buckle up and enjoy the ride.
You know what I wanted to share, what really amazes me about your story is that once you knew you had the ability to create whatever you wanted as far as the job and the career, even if you lost it all, you knew that you did it and you can do it again.
Exactly.
And again and again and again. So the investment was really within yourself and your mindset. So I think that's a very important lesson to take from your story. So thank you so much for sharing it. I'm sure you're going to inspire a lot of women out there, especially women that are struggling with domestic violence and being stuck in the wrong marriage and thinking that they can create the life they want. So you're the living example that it's possible, and I want to thank you for that. And guys, thank you for watching the next segment of Self-Made Successful Women. And if you are as inspired as I am with Pauline, please come onto my website at seluwayebaline.com. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Bye.